guys, welcome back. Let's get it. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Let's go. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the live streams. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. We have the GDP in around 12 minutes from now. 12 minutes left. All right. We are currently already in a gold short. We entered this an hour ago when we tapped, of course, into the fixed value area low and the fixed POC. You guys know the deal. You guys know how we work, right? Ranges, fam. Ranges. Cannot emphasize this enough. We're going to talk about this. There are tons of other ways we can get into the into re-entries later on as well. We're going to talk about it. We're going to cover everything later today. We have the GDP today, the PCE price index tomorrow, and the monthly closure, G's. The monthly candle closure. It's all coming to an end. August is almost done. One more month for Q4, and then it's time to seriously make some big ass gains once again here. All right, great to have you here. They put on a nice tune. Let's get the party started. Let's quickly do a little bit of an introduction with the G's here and see what we can do with the fam today once again here. Let's see who came here beautifully on time before the news. Covering the GDP first and then seeing what we can do with, you know, the next steps, the aftermath, right? The aftermath. I'm very curious to see what can happen here, all right? Let's see what we have with us. Riku. My man Hamza, good to see you again. Daniel Burger, yes sir. Rose. Alles lekker, Rose? Top. Carlis, Dominic, Big Boss Fishing, Philip, Wesley, the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper. Crypto Trends, Mr. Salas, Champ, Story, Lalo, Smile, Abhishek. Yes, my voice is still a little bit fucked from the weekend. Last weekend we had an event with our boxers. We are sponsoring professional fighters here in Bali. So I was screaming during the event. So my voice is still not fully there. So just so you know where it is coming from. All right. Then that's the main reason. And a lot of talking on the live streams. You know how that goes as well here. But good to see you guys. Fantastic. Aroa. Dugana. Here you go, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, man, let's talk about gold here. Okay, again, you guys know the deal. We have been talking about gold here. I'm going to open another gold chart just to do a little bit of a top down here based upon the higher time frame, lower time frame, and so on here. And then we have the dollar as well recovering a little bit. All right, the dollar is showing signs of a recovery potentially here. Okay, potentially, I could say. You never know. You never know. We have to reconfirm that after the news if this is going to stay strong or if it's going to roll over. We're going to find out later on here, but let's go into another gold chart right now. There we go. And let's cover what we are looking at, man. All right. Overall, we know that the overall bigger range is still active, right? We have been talking about a bigger range right now, right here. All right. This is usually where guys have a harder time trading gold. The easier time is when gold is, of course, trending, right? When it's trending up and trending down, trending up and trending down. This is where guys kind of easy can make some money here because it's pretty straightforward, right? Their bias is pretty clean overall. Now, before I go into the lower time frames again, let's kick it off with the daily. Look at how the daily candle opened today. The daily candle opened with a very weak bottom wick, okay? And you guys can see pretty clean. If it was this wick right here, right? And I'm just formulating a wick right now. If it was something like this, obviously this looked much better. But unfortunately, you can see now that on the daily bottom is not looking that strong at all right here. Okay, you can see that here as well. Doesn't mean necessarily that it's always gonna come down here, but there is a chance that we might do come down though. And this is always the play that we wanted to make as well around news. Okay, in a range, we're in the top of a range here. So if you take the, practically the whole swing, right, this whole area of consolidation right now, the best way to trade it, and we talked about it over the last couple of days and the previous week as well, we talked about if we're in a bigger range, what we're gonna do, guys. Let me know here in the chat who can give me the right answer. Finish the sentence. If we are in a bigger range, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? How do we approach a bigger range on the lower time frames? In this case, we're on the 1 hour. Well, how do we then approach the markets on the lower time frames? Okay, let's give that a quick check in the community to see if they know what we have been talking about here, what we have been covering over the last couple of days, particularly. Let's see. Yes, sir. That's exactly what it is. All right. If we are on in a bigger consolidation period, then we're gonna go to the smaller time frames and we're gonna look at the lower time frames right here. Oh, there we go. We're gonna look at the smaller time frames. That's what it is about, indeed. So we're gonna go to the lower time frame and we're gonna look for ranges. Why are we looking for ranges? Because ranges are critical right here. You can see this is a swing high, but also a range, right? We saw it yesterday. We even saw it today. All right, we even saw it today again. Look at that. You see that range beautifully, and that retracement into that range right here. You saw that consolidation right there, that expansion, and then that retracement right there to look for the continuation. We were trading above the Sunday open, not below the Sunday open, right? We bounced potentially from the Sunday open and we saw that push up here, right? That's what we're trying to look at. We're looking at smaller ranges to look for our opportunities. So automatically, by default, guys, you knew that around this high here, right, this swing, we could have found entries right there. So if you paid attention to the streams, then you know exactly that this was supposedly gonna be an entry right there. Same for what we have been covering. I think the trading floor also in our VIP right now is currently doing the same thing. I cannot see it, Marco. You're too popular, Marco. You're too popular right there. But I think the guys are all in gold shorts as well here, because they understand the exact game we're playing. All right. Confirm it in the chat, please. Are you guys in a short? Let me know in the trader floor. Are you guys in a gold short? If so, press a W in the chat, please. Let me know. Let me know. I want to see if some guys are also in that trade right here. W for Dominic, W for Cricky. All right. Marco, yes. Okay, fantastic stuff. Perfect. Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to sit this one out here. Of course, we're utilizing our 2 funded accounts here. All right, 50K funded accounts right now. We're scaling up. We have 150K account on the back. We're trying to scale up and getting some payouts here. We are limited, of course, in scalability, man. There's not much we can do because we have a scalability limit. So the only thing that we can do is trading the micros for now. But who cares? It's a slow scale. But again, it's about the continuous process, the continuing process that matters. That's how we gain, right? That's how we gain and that's how we grow an account and that's how we work towards a payout. And the idea from my side is to show you that I can do it. And if I can do it, then you can do it for sure. Okay? So yes, pretty straightforward, right? The range, the rejection of the range. Of course, we tapped into the fixed value area low. The fixed value area low sitting around there. You can see how it tapped into it and it couldn't break and close above it. So therefore we're rolling over. We have news in around 3 minutes. Can we completely reverse? I mean, anything is possible during the news here, but I have to say clearly that it might be a better tool to just sit it out and see where it takes us right now. If we manage to come down here, all right, if we manage to come down and break the Sunday open, of course, there is more downside potential, but do take in consideration that the Sunday open always will provide you with support or, you know, resistance. So depending on what we're doing here, depending on the Sunday open, yeah, we know if we're going to trade above the Sunday open after news or below the Sunday open, and then we have to kind of reevaluate to see what is happening from there. All right. The best thing to do is that you secure yourself, put your stops on break even. If that's the way to do it. Okay. Why? Because if you put your stops on break even here and price comes up and it reverses completely during the news, then you are secured regardless, but you always have the opportunity of a bigger trade, right? A bigger trade. That's what it's all about here. If you get in before that actual news here. And then after the news is done, we can guarantee you new structure will be created and we can always see what we can do from there onwards. All right, that's the way to do it. We can't time the market. I would have loved to do this live, of course, you know, but this happened at around 6:45-ish. 6:45. So in 1 hour, an hour and a half beforehand, it started to consolidate a little bit. But you saw that we were building up that liquidity as well during Asia and during London. We started to trend up in a very choppy manner, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the structure as well, the structure of a chart. When is it nice to look for shorts and when should we actually kind of avoid these type of entries? There are a couple of things that we have to always take in consideration as well here. So yeah, news in 1 minute, G's. Volatility might come in a little bit here. The GDP is always very important. Do take in consideration that the most important news is gonna come in regards to the inflation data, and that is tomorrow, right? So we have one more stream tomorrow. The core PCE price index year over year at an expectation of 2.7%, which should not be that great for gold. Same as the forecast right now, 2.8% against the previous 1.4%. So they expect somewhat of an increase here. And do take into consideration the dollar has dropped tremendously over the last couple of weeks, but there is no certainty. Price could roll over. So therefore, I think securing yourself around that moment is usually the better way, or exiting in profit, depending on what you do here. But what your your type of style is. All right, it all depends. You have to put it into the right context. All right, that's what it's all about. All right, damn, that was a quick move, a quick spike and a quick reversal right away. Damn. Okay. 3%. All right. 3%, that means the dollar is going to the moon. Is that what's happening right now? I think so. And I think that's going to be good for gold, G's. I think that's going to be good for gold. It has to be good for gold here. All right? Yeah. Okay. All right. We are at the Sunday open here. We are currently at the Sunday open. Stops go to break even. Obviously right now at the moment here, we are tanking, G's. We are tanking. We are coming down further, tapping into that zone. And if you can close below the Sunday open, it will be absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic here. You saw that big shoot up here. Got my heart pumping for a second, but again, that's where risk management comes into play. Very, very nicely here. Pretty good. In the meantime, G's, make sure you smash up that like button right now. We are only 600 something subs away from the 100,000. Thanks to you. Thanks to a 2-year grind coming here for you guys, showing what we can do here, trading live, right? The real shit. Okay? Appreciate that. What is the Sunday open and how can I mark it? You can mark it by getting the limitless LTA concept session breaks indicator. You can go to our Discord. You join our Discord, number one. Okay. You join our Discord, number one. You get into the LTA indicator right there. You go to the top side and you will see this session breaks. We're gonna update it. We have an update incoming right now as well, so you better add it right here. You click on the link and then you click on add to favorites right there. All right, you click on add to favorites and you will have it. Then it opens up and it shows you the Sunday open, right? The Sunday open and each individual trading day as well here, right? Dollar is on a tier. That was a big push from the dollar here. Of course, after the daily, after that massive push to the downside here, the dollar is finally showing somewhat of a recovery, which is kind of important for us to make sure that we actually stay above, that we keep pushing, obviously right now, and we want to close below. The Sunday open. That's the ideal case scenario here. But I hope you understand that when we trade, and when we are in a bigger range, the best way to trade the bigger range is to get into the smaller ranges. Right? Get into the swing highs and lows. We saw it also right here. You see that? This was beautifully done on a Monday this week. You saw that we had this beautiful range right there. If you draw the fixed profile from that level here, you can see that we also tapped into the fixed value area low right there. And you can see that that smaller range also provided you with a setup right here based upon that structure. And I like to enter slightly more aggressive because I can put my stop above the range if I see at least one solid rejection candle, and the dollar looks at that moment a little bit more on the stronger side. So that's kind of the thought process behind it here. It's the smaller ranges that you can utilize when you are in a bigger range. That's the way I would approach gold when you are gonna find it out. And at some point you are gonna find ways to, you're gonna find great ways to trade gold when you're in a bigger range. And then at some point we're gonna leave the range. We're gonna start expanding up or down. We don't know. We're gonna start expanding. And then, our regular EM1, 2, 3 entry models, everything in regards to our playbook aligns pretty well here when it comes down to the other tools. If you don't know what we're talking about, then I highly recommend you to download the ebook. Right, the ebook is free for you right here. Okay, you can get it by clicking on the link in the chat, in the description or in the chat. Somebody will post it right there. LTAcons.ai. They understand the differences between when we are supposed to trade on the 30-minute time frame, the 1 hour time frame, looking for the previous daily, the previous weekly levels. Right, we have this all marked out for you: the weekly volume profile, the daily volume profile. Everything in that matter is marked out. Okay, and you can utilize that part with all kinds of examples. But right now our focus in this current moment is on the fixed profiles. All right, the fixed profiles is what we are currently doing. Right, this is on page number 38 and onwards. All right. There we go. We work with volume profiles. All right, we work with volume profiles because they work. They do work very well, and because they work, we capitalize on it. It's just that we have to set a clear bias, and if there is no clear bias, then the idea is to just work with fixed ranges, right? With these smaller ranges. If there's a clear, clean bias, long or short, there are a lot more things we can do when the market is moving. And the market is trending right here. Okay. I see a question from Lola. Do you trade with MetaTrader? I do trade with MetaTrader. I trade with Vantage. Vantage is the broker that I use. However, at this current moment on the streams, I'm working with 2 funded accounts because I've actually never traded funded accounts live on stream in the past 2 years. I've only traded with my own money. And this is the first time that I actually want to show that you can do this with a funded account and that you can get funded and you can get payouts. That's what I care about right now at the moment here. Okay, so therefore, the main reason for trading with 100 accounts at the moment. All right. Jamin says, I'm waiting for the retest on the Sunday Open. Yeah, you can already see that the lower we go here, the more, we're already starting to get bought up here. This is an hourly candle, right? Keep a very close eye on this structure. Taking profits, in my opinion, is also not really a bad idea. I think that taking profits here could not be really a bad idea, especially if you close above it in particular. I don't think that that's really a bad idea here. It's like utilize the Sunday Open as your TP1 point if you took the trade as well here, and then yeah, see what we can do. But overall, I think gold will remain on the weaker side. It's just, if we pull back, can we scale in? Can we take another trade? That's the question, right? That's what we're trying to figure out here. Is there a way we can, scale into our position here? And if gold closes below the Sunday Open, what is the next target? Well, I think you can start thinking about the previous daily low. The previous daily low is a serious level here. I think we have been creating a lower high. So this was a higher high and this was a lower low internally. If this is the lower high, then can we create a lower low? That's kind of the thought process behind it here. The Asian lows and highs and London highs are already swept. So what I'm looking for is the previous daily low, right? The low of yesterday, is that particularly a target that you could take in consideration? We do have a bunch more levels to think about, but these become less important when the market has been ranging the whole week, when it's already been choppy the whole week. These levels have been triggered so many times before from the previous week that now on a Thursday, I count them as less important, if that makes sense, okay? Therefore, I think that, looking for these type of targets, makes a little bit more sense in that manner here. So, taking profit is one idea. You can always try to scale in again if price pulls back. But if we close below the Sunday Open in the next 5 minutes, right? The first 15-minute candle closure below, yeah, then I remain pretty bearish overall for the next 15-minute candle as well here. We're gonna find out, but I want to at least watch this 50-minute closure before I do something, right? Initially, my stop loss was of course above the highs here. Then when the news came, I kind of reduced it towards these highs. Futures can be quite volatile here. So yeah, that's just reducing your stop tremendously. And then, now we're breaking down. You can completely secure yourself on break even. There is no need to, yeah, how do you say that? Keep your stop there, in my opinion. The fourth wall is, remember, September is bearish for gold. Well done, my friend. Well done. You paid a lot of attention to that part. I agree with you completely. Yes, you are completely right. Gold initially tends to be very bearish in September. 91% of the time here. This is where seasonality comes into play. For people that don't believe in seasonality, backtest it. Check it out. And, for each pair, commodity, whatever you trade, just look at this tool right here. It's a free tool as well. It's seasonality. I created a private version of it, which shows the exact percentages as well here, which kind of shows you the other way where we go, where it shows you if you look at the last 10 years, and I keep showing it. I've showed it already many times before, but it's just so important. You can see that over the last 10 years, so 2013 till 2024, you can see that September has been 91% bearish, and that's an extreme, right? You don't see this that often, right? The best month of the year is obviously looking at December, 73%. Over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, we have been only closing bullish in December as well. So very curious to see what September will do. All right, it's usually August, kind of mixed, right? And it kind of makes sense based upon also the backtesting that I've seen. It's kind of mixed, whereas September right now is definitely, very bearish overall here. And we are now 2 days away from the monthly candle closure and also the month of September. So very interesting, around 50 55% of the time we have seen that August to September opens bearish already. So August tends to close down. You can see this already also if you look here at the seasonality one more time. You can see that in August, 55% of the time we already start the bearish trend. That's kind of the idea here. Now people say, yeah, but what about the rate cuts? Isn't that supposed to be very bullish for gold? And I do agree with you. It might be. It might be. But then the question is, you know, isn't this priced in already? That's what we also have to take into consideration, because everyone anticipates, you know, the rate cut type of scenario already for I don't know how long. So that's then something that you have to take into consideration, is the you know it being priced in, yes or no. Okay, that's kind of what we're looking at. Philip said, Lorenzo, did I understand it correctly? When gold is ranging, you are not looking for previous day, current week, previous week, or similar volume profile, but only for the fixed volume profile and waiting for consolidation zones to break. I mean, at the beginning of the week, I marked them out. I marked the previous weekly candles always out. I just want to make sure that, of course, I know where the previous weekly levels are set, so I want to be aware of it. But my entry possibilities, so where I take trades from, usually tend to happen from the fixed ranges when we are in a bigger area of consolidation. Yes, I'm aware of it, but at the same time, most of the trades I'm looking for in a range is from the lower time frame, the 5 minute, particularly the 5 minute time frame, the 5 minute time frame range. That's particularly what I am looking for. Yeah, correct. Absolutely. Once we start expanding, back to the previous daily, back to these standard entry models we have been working with. Absolutely. So damn, this is a move, man. Rose says, would you trade in a turbulent day like today? Yes, I would. There was enough volume. There were enough kind of like signals that showed me the potential. So yes. Not all the time though, right? You have to put it in the right context. $26 seconds for this 50-minute candle closure. Let's see if we can close below the POC, the previous daily POC. Again, same thing. It's just not as effective as when it is when you're trending. Not as effective as when you're trending. All right, in a range right here particularly. We close below it. This might end up in another level or layer of resistance right now as well. So the first 50-minute candle has closed below the Sunday open here. So that still leads me to potentially bearish continuation, but we have the hourly candle close. If the hourly candle closes below the Sunday open, it's done. It seems like it's done. It seems like we're going to look for continuation down here. Some guys are saying buy now, buy now. Maybe you're going to be right, but at the same time, be careful with trying to predict the bottom here. Catching a falling knife. What if we just start to build some consolidation first, right? What if we just start to just zoom out a little bit? We start to build some consolidation at a current level. And what if that range will give us a new trade, potentially? You know, something like that, if that's the case, right? If you start coming down here, then what if that's the idea here? Well, they want price. They want to induce guys to push price up, and then these guys get taken out again. All right, we've seen this also happening so many times. So I'm always a little bit cautious with buying when that happens here. Okay. And we closed below the previous daily POC. We closed below the area of where the most volume was traded yesterday as well. The most orders were placed there at 2507.696. That's where the most orders were executed yesterday. There we go, we flip bearish. Massive move, geez, massive move. We're the 200 pip move. Let me get a drink, we'll be right back. Oh, my bad here. The dollar is now currently in resistance, okay? Currently we're tapping into that high here. This is some serious resistance for the dollar. This is where we came down from super aggressively. So I would not mind taking, some profits here right now at the moment. The first TP right here, just because of that reaction of the dollar right now. I think that this is a pretty decent TP point. Any pullback, I will potentially re-enter another trade right here. Something in that manner here. So I'm gonna take out some profits. Done. That has been completed. And that's how we slowly scale a funded account, 2 funded accounts, and then one incoming. And let's see what we can do there. But the first TP point, because of the dollar being in this particular resistance, if we manage to pull back, I can always start looking at re-entries still towards the downside here, getting my average order from there to there and still secure myself very, very nicely. So there are a lot of ways you can scale in your position as well here. I just need to calculate where it exactly was. Yeah. The reason why I'm not closing full is because I want to be in position. I still want to be in position. I want to scale in if we can get back towards the Sunday open in that manner, because the Sunday open will most likely be an area of resistance. Again, we have the previous daily POC right now also at 2508. Could also be an area of resistance. There are a couple of levels that I would say, okay, these might be entering. And in futures, it's not like MetaTrader, right? In futures in particularly, when you enter a new trade, it just gets your average order to a certain point. So you can play around with it, but in MetaTrader, you can do the exact same thing, right? You can just be a little bit more creative when scaling in. So you take profits, you scale in. I think that this was a valid area of TP right here. You can see it right now. I think that this was a very valid level of taking profits. The reason why, the dollar, right? If the dollar is in that resistance here, and you look at why is this a level of resistance? Well, look what happened with the dollar. On the 23rd of August, Friday, when we started to just absolutely come down super aggressively after we had built this up here. This is the high, right, that created that low. So obviously you're gonna react from it. You're gonna find resistance. There's a big chance that this, will result into the into more resistance right there. So therefore, setting a TP there is good. Now going long on gold, I'm also not a big fan of going long right here, right now. And the reason why is because there are so many levels that we have to take in consideration, and this is what tends to happen. Guys tend to catch the falling knife, and they hope for the best. They just hope for the best. That's all it is. They hope for the best. They get into a long, and if it works in their favor, they're gonna be happy. But what tends to happen is that they just hope for the best because they're putting their stop loss right below the lows, right there, not there, right there, and then 9 out of 10 times it rolls over. So what I would look for is a little bit more of consolidation, a little bit more, conviction. A little bit more conviction. Keep also a close eye on this 1 hour candle closure. That's for sure. Keep a close eye on this 1 hour candle closure in 7 minutes. Purple says, how come I don't have MGCG24 on Vantage? Because I'm currently trading this on a futures firm, a funded account. So yeah, that's the main reason. That is the main reason. On Vantage, it's just called XAU, right? So we're starting to push up 5 minutes before the hourly candle closure. So the Sunday open at 25.12 will be one of our most important levels right now because we managed to close, or we managed to come below it. We obviously want to see an hourly closure below it as well. We want to see an hourly candle closure below the 25.012 if we want to remain bearish here, right? If we want to remain bearish. And the main reason is the dollar in that resistance here. That's why taking profits was, in my opinion, a good idea, but it was not a moment to go, in my opinion, to close in full. Yeah. So yeah. So do we have a VIP group for signals? So we have a VIP group for a trading floor. So we trade live. We like to trade live with our group, with our community. I think this brings a lot of people together. So we have a trading floor. That's what we're doing here in our VIP. So yes, we do have setups that we take every single day. The guys in our group took the gold trade as well. So absolutely fantastic. Kellogg, Marco, Jolene, they're all stepping up. We're all streaming. We stream there. We have conversations there. Mike, all the guys are in there trading on a day-to-day basis. We currently have 90 guys in our group or in the trading floor, you know, listening in, tuning in, communicating here, and looking at the best setups in the market. So yeah, if you want to get access to that VIP, you can join us, because in 5 days and 4 hours from now, we are going to be closed. We're going to be closed down for a month or 2 months, depending on a couple different factors here. Okay. So yeah, trading floor. And of course, the explanation of what we're doing, how we trade. We all trade the same strategy, right? We trade the same exact strategy. So if you already read the ebook, which is completely free, then you will love the lecture series. All right. That's what we created. The lecture series you can find also in our Discord as well. And then once you went through the lecture series, in my opinion, you are ready and set after you've done the test, right? There we go. After you've done a test, I highly recommend you to do the test. It gives you a rule, and then once you have the rule, you can start getting into the trading floor. So you kind of need to step up your game a little bit, go through the series, answer a few questions so we know you are capable, and I know you can do it. And then you can be with us in the trading floor. You can join regardless if you don't want to do it, but it's just better. Why is it better? Well, it's better because we're all on the same page. We want to make sure that everyone trades the same approach, or at least has the same framework and understands the framework, right? That's all that matters in that matter. So yeah, if you want to join here, when you join, click on the link. In the bottom of this page, vip.ltaconcepts.ai, and it will set you free for the rest of the year. 1 full year with us. If you're committed to work with us 1 year, 1 full year of full focus, you're gonna take over. Focus required though. When are you going on vacation? I'm gonna go to the Netherlands in September. October. Beginning of October, I will be in the Netherlands. I will be in the Netherlands for 10 days. 10 days, that's it. 10 busy days. Rose Anthony says, I'm out of the sell, I am buying. All right. Yeah, I'm paying very close attention to this hourly closure, which is right now, in 5 seconds. In 5 seconds from now, we have the hourly candle closure, and we did close below the Sunday open. We closed below the Sunday open, and every time when we close above or below, we have to then reclaim that level. It's one of the most important levels this week. You can see it. Just look at the Sunday open here. There we go. Let me make it a little bit. There we go. You can see how much strength it required to break above it. And when you do break above it, right, you need to close at least an hourly candle above it before I could say, okay, we closed above it. So now we can maybe look on the lower time frame on the 5 minute to start looking for buys again. But as long as we close this hourly candle below, it still gives us that, you know, layer of that protection layer. So what I'm actually gonna do, if we start getting back into the Sunday open and we get rejected by it, I'm actually gonna open a new entry, which brings my average order there, and I'm gonna set my stop loss still to break even, and then I'll target the lows again. But that's the idea for scaling into the trade. But we're keeping a close eye on it. We're keeping a very, very close eye on it right now at the moment here. Yeah. The random coding with the super chat, 2 Swiss francs. I love the Swiss franc, by the way. Thank you, man. Give me more Swiss francs, please. What indicator do you use? I use the fixed range volume profile. That's my tool of reference. That's where I find the best entries from. It's just, I like to work with volume. Why do we work with volume? Volume equals data. For me, it's the best data you can get because it actually shows you the executed orders on the chart. And the reason why I like this so much is because when I use it, I can understand why something is happening, right? It's less subjective. I understand why we're reacting from a level. So that's the reason why I use the volume profile. And yeah, a lot of guys say, do you trade SMC? Do you trade ICT? Well, we might find similarities in it, but it is completely different. Completely different. We call it LTA concepts for a reason, right? We have a couple of hybrid approaches to it though, right? A couple of hybrid strategies. It's not just one fixed strategy. There are variants, and we're introducing different types of variants right now at this particular moment. One of them being more of a lower time frame scalping strategy, if you can call it that. Okay. Very similar to some ICT. Yeah, it might be less subjective in my opinion. Less subjective. There's a reason why we're constantly reacting from these levels, right? The fixed value area low here, the fixed POC. It's no magic. It looks like magic, but it's no magic. It's no magic. So, you know, personally, I like to work with fixed levels on the lower time frames much more than with, yeah, order blocks. So the 1 hour opened without a bottom wick, all right? The 1 hour opened without a bottom wick. We did close above the previous daily POC on the 1 hour, so I am aware of that. We did close above the 25.08. I would love to see a retest on the 25.12. If you could get a retest, that would be nice. That would be nice. A retest and a rejection. Tomorrow, we'll be trading the PC price index if we find the right setup during the New York live stream. Of course. But yeah, this is a whole other layer, right? This is a whole other thing that we have to cover and talk about as well. The expectation is that it's going to be better for the dollar, or at least the expectation is going to be tomorrow. What was it now again? There we go. Yeah, 2.7%. So a little bit higher than the previous month. This is in essence not that good, but it's better for the dollar. Okay, so if the dollar becomes, you know, and ends up being stronger, and it is indeed 2.7 or higher, right? Same for the core. If it's 0.3 instead of 0.2. Yeah, the dollar is going to make a move to the upside again as well here. So there we go. The hourly flip now on the dollar on gold. Would have loved to see 25.12 retest, to be honest, but we might react from the 25.07 again. Italian expert says, since I started to follow this trading, I do more money in a day than with my salary in a month. This is for real. I couldn't imagine this in my life. I met this channel. Whoa, damn. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And I like guys like you that actually listen as well to the context of what we're talking about, because that's what I want. I want the context to be understood as well, so you can take that information and implement it for yourself as well when you start trading in different sessions or outside of the streams. Right? The ideal case scenario would be as well if you start doing your own analysis, you know, pre-stream, for example, right? Kind of getting the understanding. And sometimes you're gonna find setups. Sometimes you're gonna find setups before I stream, because I stream at a fixed time, right? But what if the best setup occurs an hour before I start streaming, right? I cannot just stream an hour earlier, right? We stream around a fixed time. I have a packed schedule. So when it comes down to, you know, your understanding of the market and, you know, putting in the work, going through the ebook, studying, right? When you do this, you're gonna find sometimes days where you're gonna find the best setup of the day playing out an hour before the stream. And I can't control the market, right? That's what it's all about. So and Saki says LTA is like X-ray, shows you levels you are unaware of. Yes, exactly. Right? How do we know that this level, right, the fixed very low, is gonna be that exact rejection point, like on the dot? How do we know that? Yes, it is in a fair value gap right here. It is in an imbalance, like a fair value gap, like ICT traders would say. But why is it here, right? Why is it right there? And why is it not there? Or why is it not there? Or why is it not there? That's the question, right? That's why these levels are so important. And that's why the volume profile can help you understand these levels much more better and much more precise, from my experience, than you know, just entering from a gap, right? That's the idea. So you can still enter from a gap, and you might get the same exact result, but it's always guesswork. You don't have to guess here, right? It's either that level or not. That's how we utilize it. And a little bit of a push. We might even see that reset, right? The Sunday open. So if we do close an hourly candle above it, guys, I exit my trade. Okay, so we took our profits here. If we manage to close an hourly candle above it, I exit my position. But if we see signs of weakness around the Sunday open, I'll probably enter another position, but I do not recommend you to enter another position if this is your first position. Okay, if this is your first trade. But let's see how it goes. Because you don't want to have your average entry here. You want to have your average entry here or here, not there. Because what if price indeed closes above the Sunday open? For us, for us to trade and take a new entry, like static entry, I would say wait for a range to get formed on the lower time frame. CB George, geez, thank you for the sub, my friend. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. Let's get to the 100 G's. The 100,000 G's, sorry. Not talking about money, I'm talking about you. Check trend lines. Yeah, so we had this break, number one. You want to check on the lower time frame? Is that what you mean? Yeah, it's kind of a rejection point, I agree. But I want to see tap into the Sunday open. Or any closure below the previous daily PC is also good for me. And it says, Lorenzo, does Vantage allow crypto deposits and withdrawals? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. I have multiple accounts on Vantage. I trade with multiple accounts on Vantage. All right. I have a account with more than 100K on my account. I have an account with around 30K on my account. I use this for swings, for example. I have a couple of different accounts and I only deposit crypto. So I only work with crypto. I either deposit crypto or I withdraw in crypto. But you don't have to. You can also do this on a bank account and withdraw through a bank. Easy. As well here. Absolutely. So if you want to get X to Vantage, one of the best brokers in my opinion, you can get a deposit bonus by clicking on that link. You need to follow a couple of steps. But you click on the link, you sign up, and then the first deposit you do, you get a 50% deposit bonus. That means that you have more margin, right? It's not free money. There is no such thing as free money in this world, okay? But it helps you with your margin, and that can help you with your setup. If you, for example, don't have that much capital to work with, very useful. So yeah, mainly crypto for me personally. That's the way I deposit money on my brokers, crypto. Why? Because you could say the majority of my net worth is in crypto. Do your own don't do your own research though. Fred says, I'm thinking about signing up with Vantage. Is it safe to deposit more than 30K? I mean, I've been trading with Vantage for over a year. The broker is 12 years old. I mean, I would never trust the broker. I have so much experience in this space. I would never trust a broker with more than 6 figures and leave it there. So yeah, no, for sure. James Gordon says, Lorenzo, connect the bottom on the 1 hour via the trend line that got rejected yesterday. It touched it now and got rejected also right under the 25.012. Let me check it on the other chart, man. On the 1 hour time frame, you're saying? Okay, you mean this one, right? Yeah, my biggest priority is the dollar. If the dollar is indeed in rejection mode here and the hourly closure above the Sunday open is set, I'm out of the trade for sure. I will definitely exit. Yo, literally how long was I off here? How long was I off stream? We back. Okay, we're back. We're back, G's. Yeah, we're back. A solid minute. Okay, way too long. Way too long. 45 minutes. Right moment to take profits there, for sure. It was a good moment to take some profits out of the market here. Right at the bottom. Okay, guys, I need your support here. We were offline for 2 minutes. That means that we need some likes here. We need some likes to get back into the algo. Push your boy to 100K, man. Push your boy to 100K. The algo will do that for us with your help. With your help. Smash up that like button right now. We have 500 likes. Let's go. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Can you watch the Nasdaq, Lorenzo? I'm entering with my very low rejection. Yeah, give me one moment. I'm a quick look at gold right now. We're pushing. I'm also curious to see where we close this 30-minute candle. Rico says, is somebody getting... Yeah, giveaway. Yeah, today is indeed a giveaway. Today's Thursday. Today's giveaway day. You are very sharp, my friend. Today is giveaway day. Today's giveaway day, man. I agree. It's a good point. That is a very good point, my friend. Nine minutes for this first 15-minute candle. We are above the Sunday open right now. Let's see where we close this 15-minute. Which is also the 30-minute. Ankman says, I have your LTA book. It's great. Will you be doing any psychology playbook or something similar? So the next playbook will be more built around, it will be an extended version of this one. So obviously I want you guys to understand this one fully. And then I can release the next version, which will be this one as well. It will just be a better edition, a bigger version of this. So it will be still this, but it's just gonna be another 50 pages on top of it. That's what I see happening here. And it's not about the 50 pages, but it's about a lot more things that we have to integrate here. Segments, Forex, commodities, indices, different things. Correlations, fundamentals. Maybe some psychology indeed. Yeah. Gabriel says, some guys were making fun because I used the dollar index as a confluence to trade gold. They said there is no correlation. What are your thoughts on it? False. That's true. There is a significant correlation between the dollar and between gold. It has always been. The only thing is that it sometimes is not, and you have to confirm this. All right, that's the way to look at it. You have to put it in perspective. Always you have to look at some scenarios in where it is correlated and where it isn't correlated. And if you take the overall and you look at negatively correlated, let's say we take this tool, right? The correlation coefficient. So you look at this tool right here. It literally shows you what is happening here on the bigger picture. So gold, dollar. And let's take this to the daily. Look at the daily time frame, right? If you can tell me that this is not a negative correlation, then I don't know what is, okay? Below 0 and 0 minus 0.83 is negatively correlated. 1 is extremely negatively correlated. This is on the daily time frame, okay? But this is measured from the past 20 daily candle closures, right? So look how many times we are going to the extremes and how less of a time we are going to these extremes where we positively correlate with gold, right? We're always sitting around the extremes here. So if you want to have the facts, there is a negative correlation between gold and between the dollar. So for people that say there isn't, here you go. So there you got your answer, my friend. Just show that person that tool, and then you know, you have the answer. But that doesn't mean, and this is important indeed, you have to put it in perspective. Like I said, indeed, you have to understand that sometimes you are moving to a positive correlation, right? And it's not black and white, and nothing in trading is black and white. And that's why you always have to confirm it yourself. But if we are in the extremes, then you will see me always using this on stream. You will see me always using the dollar and gold as my tool of reference. Okay? Always. Always. When it's not there, I will probably not use it on stream. All right, 5 minutes for this closure. This is an important candle closure. The Sunday open, we knew the Sunday open would be a serious level. Yeah, we're waiting for closure. If we close below it, in this 30 minutes, then I'm quite and the next stop wick is set. I'm gonna place another short again, and you will see what happens here if I do this on futures. So if this is your first trade, I would recommend you to be a little bit more careful. If you in from like the top here with us, if you entered the trade as well, because I know there are a lot of guys in the trading floor that took that trade, then there are tons of ways where you can enter. You can get an average order of around here, and then you can immediately put your stops on break even and look for the continuation to the downside. So you took profits here, price comes up, you re-enter that what you took out, and you secure yourself, and price continues to drive potentially here. So it gives you the opportunity to play around, because if it does come up, you secure your profits, and if it plays around here, right, and it indeed comes down again and it gets rejected from the Sunday open, and you are entering again, then you will still be, or you still have the opportunity to capitalize on that move. But hey, gold's gold here. You know, we have to wait and see where we close it. We knew that the Sunday open would be a major level. G10 says, plus sometimes these POCs are so accurate. Yesterday, the US 30 rejected right from the previous weekly POC. How is it so accurate, Lorenzo? That's always what I was wondering myself when I developed the concept. Because the fixed range volume profile itself is nothing new, right? It's not that I created this tool, but to build an actual strategy and concept and framework around it has not been done before. It was always random. Whenever I looked something up on YouTube, it was always random. There were no clear instructions on how to use this tool properly, and actually get into amazing positions with it. So that's where LTA, the inspiration from LTA concepts comes from. But the epiphany moment from LTA came from the understanding of levels of interest. So I was always trying to guess where guys entered the market, right? And that's where you have kind of level 2 data. Level 2 data means the depth of market, right? It's like your DOM, it's all these orders that you see, right? Going up and down, buying and selling. You have the heat map as well. You see that in the back. That's another layer, right? That's level 2 data. Now, when you're trading on a candlestick chart, you don't have that. You don't have access to that, right? On futures as well. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have access to that information. So that's where I think the volume profile comes into play. And it comes, in my opinion, the closest to that level 2 data. All right, we close below. The 30-minute close below as well. So I'm still in the understanding that shorters are still willing to defend the level here. Of course, the hourly candle closure will be by far the strongest confirmation. So that's in like 30 minutes from now. But yeah, if we set in a top wick and we get rejected again, I'm gonna enter another trade, another short right there. Hassan says Nasdaq is looking good. Let's see. Yeah, so the Nasdaq, man, we have been waiting for that level. We're almost there indeed. We are almost there. We are almost there. All right. We are almost at the fixed value low and the fixed POC as well. In this case, on the 30-minute time frame from the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq has been trending down here. Let's see what else we have. We need to look at a couple more levels here, just to have the understanding. Yes, there we go. So the 19,590 will be a major level for the Nasdaq. The 19,590. We have been trending downwards, right? So we have been trending down already, and we're now retesting this range, and we're very close in retesting this range right here. So I'm very curious to see what will happen around this. We can stay on the higher time, on the 30-minute time frame here. We don't have to take this to the lower time frames. We can stick on a 30-minute. See what happens around the 590. Very interested to see what will happen later on. So the 50-minute close below, the 30-minute close below. We're now opening a new 30-minute candle without a bottom wick or very weak bottom wick here. There is definitely volume. This volume obviously comes from the New York Stock Exchange here. Okay, so do take this in consideration. There is definitely still a lot of buy interest. So be a little bit more on the cautious side here. But let's see what happens if we do come back down again and flip bearish, man. Then it's for me personally, a pretty good confirmation here. But the only reason why is because we're already in a trade. We saw what happened yesterday, geez. We saw what happened yesterday when the US Open came in. You guys remember that? And if not, yeah, we managed to break even, so we were secured. No need to worry. But we went into shorts and price shoot up. A lot of volume came into the market, and then after that, nothing. After that, just pure boring consolidation, nothing else. Lorenzo, what is the bullish idea for the Nasdaq? Well, if the Nasdaq is bullish, we want to first break the range and then utilize the range in that manner. So I would look for something like this, and then I would go for the Sunday open. Right, the Sunday open is sitting at 19,790. So something like that. There is always a bullish, there is a chance of a bullish reversal. If that's the case, then you want to break above that. So no entry model, no trade on the NAS. We're tapping into it right now. I'm actually very curious to see what will happen around the 590 for the Nasdaq for sure. Definitely interested to see what will happen here. But otherwise, it's just a consolidation, manipulation, and expansion. And if that's then the higher low, then there are chances that it pulls back towards the Sunday open. So there are always other opportunities as well here. Wow. Okay. Look at gold here, and look at that rejection once again. There we go. So that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that flip. Can you tell me about your experience with Vantage? I'm that serious about changing brokers, but if I want to stay with Vantage, if they are really good. Well, ask the chat here. Ask the guys that are already utilizing Vantage right now. If you would just want to have a trusted broker with very low spreads and lower commissions, and the reason why they're able to provide you with lower commissions and lower spreads is because they are so massive. They're so big. Right? The smaller brokers have a lot of fees, and because they have to pay these fees, they need to get their money from somewhere. And then if you cannot pay these fees, you need to find the money somewhere. The best way to do that is by leveling up or making things a bit more expensive for the end customer. So because Vantage is so established, obviously they are able to play around, and that's how you create a monopoly. Right? It is. Once you become big, there are a lot of things you can do in order to make it better. So I always say, just go with the biggest brokers. Go with the biggest brokers. Do it. Right, dollar is again, it's you know, it flipped bearish, now it flipped bullish, so there is definitely still momentum for the dollar, right? It's not over yet. You can see the dollar holding up very well. It wants to push. It's just in that resistance currently. We got rejected from it. We're now pushing back from it, and that's why gold. You see gold reacting indecisive here. One minute time frame analysis. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of irrelevant for now, Timo. Kind of irrelevant for now. I mean, we're getting rejected there. We, you know, you can look at the 1 minute, but if you don't understand what's happening on the 1 hour right now, then the 1 minute is kind of irrelevant. So on the 1 minute, you're doing not that much at this particular moment. So yeah, we're waiting to see the most important part. That's just a decision from the dollar and a closure from the hourly candle above or below the Sunday open. We took our profits already at 25.05 with the right confirmation from the dollar and this confirmation from gold. Re-entries are possible. Well, let's see. Or second entries are possible. Let's see what the Nasdaq is doing here. Yeah, there we go. So Nasdaq first response is of course like we expected. You have a lot of resistance here. You have this trend that's bearish. You have the fixed POC 19,600. We talked about that level, or 590. So you're gonna react from it. The question is, like, how strong are we, right? Like, I heard that the Nvidia earnings came out very positive, so this might bring the Nasdaq higher. If that's the case, then this is always also a possibility for a long entry if you close above it and if you flip this into support as well later on. Why? Because you have that consolidation, that expansion, or that manipulation, that expansion bigger than that consolidation. You can still use this range as your entry model, your entry point. This is where you can still find entries from. For now, we're in resistance though, so you have to just wait and see how the Nasdaq responds around this level here. And if it responds very strong and bullish, and the candle closures are strong and bullish, then you might just be a little bit more on the patient side. But for the rest, we are definitely in major levels of resistance now. On the 1 hour, we're holding up. 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 And that's the dollar has just a hard time. But the dollar, look at the dollar. Okay. Dollar is trying to break here. If we close above this level, right, for the dollar, then we have broken through that major resistance. And then, yeah, the dollar is just then, you know, gold will have a hard time. Gold will have a hard time. Lorenzo, can I hold my sell? I'm not sure where you entered from, so I don't know where your entry is. Palmer says, yesterday you showed many wins from the VIP. Can you break down some of those wins for us? Yeah, we can do that too. We have 20 minutes left. Kellogg in a beautiful Nasdaq long, by the way. Shout out to Kellogg, my friend. Yo, Kellogg.
Yo, what's up?
Nice trade.
Amazing, thanks.
Yeah, we'll check it out for sure. Let's give me a moment here. I usually do scalping, but I had a really good entry for the long position at 23.95. That's why I kept it till now, but I think of TP soon. 23.95, okay. Well, it all depends on what the dollar is going to do. If the dollar is just going to get rejected here and closes below, then gold might just come back all the way to the highs again. We took profits at the right moment at the bottom, so there's definitely nothing to worry about from that standpoint. It's just an important thing to know if you can actually close below the Sunday opening again, or if you reclaim it. If you reclaim the Sunday open and the dollar closes below, then you bet we might just indeed, you know, roll over for the dollar, and gold might just hold up and just reclaim the levels here. So yeah. Whereas the Nasdaq is rejecting below two important levels, which is the previous weeklies on the open. Yeah, we talked about this right now. There we go. We got a rejection, my friend. We got this rejection. We talked about this rejection. We're waiting for a bearish structure. We're waiting for a bearish structure from the Nasdaq. But that rejection is indeed right now happening. Right at the 19,590. Absolutely. Absolutely. When next closure, we have the 50-minute closure above. It's the first 50-minute candle closure above. We have to take that very seriously. So 50-minute closure above here for me, and that is enough for me to exit my position in full. All right, so I took out 50% there, took out it there. Exited in full. If we reclaim the Sunday open and we close below on the 1 hour, always can think about re-entering. All right. One closure is enough for me to say, okay, we're holding up very well. The dollar is getting rejected quite aggressively again. It's not the first time, right? We tapped into it already multiple times, so we were unable to break back above it. You can see on the 30-minute. We flipped again. So exit here. TP there. I think you will be sitting around something like this on average. Let's see what we can do after, G's. Misku says 100 pips today while watching and using LTA concepts. Nice. Beautiful. So Lorenzo, you said that the 50% deposit bonus on Vantage is extra margin. So I will have $1,500 to trade with if I deposit $1,000. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, if you click on the link in the description, then you have the code. Then you can get a $500 bonus. Yeah. Exactly. All right, good trade. For everyone who understood this trade in general right here, right? We talked about the fixed ranges, the smaller ranges, and we're constantly drawing these VAR profiles. It might look a little bit confusing for the guys that are new, but you know, there are reasons for this tool, right? It's a standard tool by TradingView, so it's nothing unique, right? It's not like a special indicator. It's a tool. I would not even call it an indicator. I would call it a tool, and that can help you with the understanding of what's happening internally. Do you expect gold to dump past 2490? Well, definitely when we were here, right? When we were tapping into that zone and when the dollar was holding that support here, because that's what was happening here. The dollar was holding that support there, right? So the dollar flipped resistance into support. Gold came back to the highs here. Gold came back to the highs. So now that gold is getting rejected there, the moment gold was in our key levels, right? We utilize our key levels, and the dollar was actually flipping that into support and holding that we might be supporting here. We might be supported, knowing that the news was coming. I mean, it was a pretty clean sell signal from there, yeah. From now, you can see that the dollar is in rejection mode. It's holding up, but it's still in resistance. And the reason why it's a strong resistance is because of the fact that if you go to the 1 hour time frame, you can see that this massive move we saw on a Friday started right there. And that's why we have a hard time right now breaking it. And if this gets rejected, then gold's gonna push. And gold's gonna push up. And if the dollar, or if gold is actually closing an hourly candle above the Sunday open, that would just confirm the potential continuation to the upside right here. Okay? So you could say that would confirm that short-term trend to the upside. So that hourly closure is the most important. And what else? Hourly closure most important. And the dollar, of course, closing above for shorts. Same for the Nasdaq. Nasdaq has a hard time breaking this. A very hard time breaking this. This is also super important for the Nasdaq that we close this hourly candle below the 19,590. So, you know, Nvidia earnings bullish, I get it. But then out of nowhere, reversal, right? That's the opposite of the expectation. Singh says, thanks for the analysis. Wonder what will happen in September though. Will it hold or just plummet? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I see that some people are in buys in the chat. Some people are in sells in the chat. And that proves that in a range like this, both of us can make money. Both of us can make money and enjoy life a little bit. Especially when gold is in the range. PK Red says, I've been strict with the challenges. It took me a year to get funded, but I've also not blown one. It's been a ride to recover from -7%. So where are you currently at? Any opportunity to enter the market? I would sit on my hands now. I would sit in your hands for now. I would definitely wait here. These were potential scenarios here. Some guys took buys. I don't personally like to take buys below the opening price of the week. However, this rejection from the dollar was a clean rejection, so we knew that we would face a lot of resistance here when the dollar tapped into that zone. But that's definitely the case here. But for me, you know, selling from the top, taking 50% out of the bottom, and then if price started to retrace, looking at the 15-minute here, seeing if we could potentially, if we can hold on to our trade, or if we just had to close our full position in profit. That's it. And now we're reevaluating again. There's a chance that the Nasdaq will close below. And that might be very interesting. Daniel says, hi, just joined. Are you in the trade? We closed it. We just closed the trade. Can you take a look at the dollar yen? We'll check it out in a second. We'll check it out in a second here. Friendly says, I'm in a sell from 2504. Oof. Be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. Be careful. Let's see what we have here, by the way. Let's see what kind of levels we can work with. See what happens around there. First of all, let's just clean it up. Let's clean it up completely, because we exited our trade. Three minutes left for the hourly candle to close. Internally here on the 1 hour, you could see that this high created this lower low. We were unable to break this high here. That's why we took sells from 25.24. Took profits at 25.04. Closed it at around 25.13, 25.14 completely. Now you can see that we're pulling up super aggressively here. So I would always be a little bit more careful and precise here when you see an instant recovery. Does this necessarily mean we're bullish? I mean, we are now currently, but at the same time, I like to put it in perspective. I think that this high is still a major layer of resistance here. So even on the 15-minute, what I would love to do here is to see and where it all started. So let's say you're in highs right now, right? Let's say buyers are trapped. Buyers are trapped here. I can guarantee you guys were buying on top. Like a lot of guys were buying right here at around 25, 22-ish. So when looking at that range, right, you can already see that, okay, you know, this high here might be very interesting. So if you take this to like the lower time frame, we can look at a couple ranges that we are seeing. One of them is right there. One of them is right there. The rejection that we're currently seeing is happening at 25.18. Okay. Now that's not where I would like to take you know, short from or anything in that manner for now. But I do believe that if we manage to pull back up, I would pay very close attention to the 25, 20, 21 again. Same thing. Look at that reaction and see what we can do here. But the reason why we have a hard time breaking this is because of this range. We're pulling back and we're going back to the left. We have a couple of levels that we have to think about here. And it's all about the candle closures now. And I have to say, it's good that the dollar closed, the gold closed above the Sunday open. That's actually very good for gold. It's very strong. And I think we are going to close above the Sunday open. We have 30 seconds left. So I doubt we're actually going to close below. So 25.12, you know, is for me important. But I'm very curious to see what happens around the 25.21 and 25.22. I want to see what price does there on the 5-minute time frame. That's what I want to see. So because the hourly closure, I think the Nasdaq closed above it. Tells it completely invalidated here. Now we have this exact thing that we talked about. This is the consolidation, this is expansion, this is the manipulation. This is the strongest level you can think about. The 19,590. We were hovering around that level for how long were we having around? I think for like a whole hour we were tapping into it. And it seemed like we got rejected from it. And then the last minute, I think it's like the last minute, a couple minutes before, we started to break and close above here. So now, obviously, you have a complete different way of looking at it. We want to turn this into support and go and target the Sunday open. Very nice long potential from the NAS if we can get that entry. You break the trend, you break the range, you swipe the lows, you break the highs. By the way, we tapped into this range right here. You guys know we love to work with ranges. We tapped into this range. This looks very strong. So positive earnings from Nvidia in this case. Now is, you know, we can finally see that reflection happening also on the chart itself. So longs at 19,590. That's it. So if we manage to come down on the lower time frame, like the 5-minute or the 15-minute, and we come back towards the 19,590 and we see potential support holding, I'm pretty confident in longs targeting the Sunday open. Something like that. So let's see if we can look for longs here. If that's if the confirmation comes around 19,590. What's your settings in the fixed range volume profile? How to do this? You can get access to this right here, my friend. LTAconstant.ai, my G. LTAconstant.ai. You can get it right there. It's free of charge. It's all explained right there, right there, right there. It will be really good if you can flip this into support for the Nasdaq. The 19,590. So we're hovering between gold and the NAS currently. Lorenzo, gold has a hard time. Gold has a hard time all the time, but it keeps going up here. So every time when we think, oh, it's weak, it comes up. It continues to drive up, and that has to do with the dollar. But definitely looking into this level right now. Still 25.21, the top of the range, the swing, where we initially rejected from, where we found resistance from the previous range right there. Right, similar thing as what we've seen here. We try to replicate this potentially again. All right, that's the thought process behind it on a lower time frame, on the 5 minute. And let's see if the Nasdaq can do it. Something like this. It depends on where we are, where we're looking at here. It depends on the wick. This is indeed an ICT thing, right? It's kind of like the power of three. It's kind of your consolidation. Right there. They have the manipulation. Right there. They have the expansion. Right there. And then the moment, the way the differences between us here, we utilize the volume profile, right? We utilize the volume profile here. It gives us certain levels. Let's say we have the fixed POC here and a fixed very low here, right? We saw the response from it initially. We then look for a retracement, which is your higher low, to then target the next target. And in this case, that could be like the Sunday open. Something like that is the way we can approach this. So this is kind of your power of three. The only difference is that we use the profile for entries and a higher low formation in this case. And that's kind of the difference. Now, what's important is you never have to guess which level you're going to enter from. That's the beautiful thing about it. You never have to guess. You have your levels. You know exactly what to look for. You can wait for a candle closure above or an entry model on page 50 onwards. And you're going to find entries based upon that continuation. There are also scenarios where you don't do that, where you create and consolidate, right? And this is not really an ICT thing, but you expand, you retrace, and that's just basic price action, right? And you look for continuation to the downside. And again, you utilize the volume profile and enter from a particular level, right? So these are your two variants that you can use. In this case, we're looking at something similar for the Nasdaq like this, all right? This is what we're currently looking at for the Nas. And you can see that this is right now what we're doing. You know, you see that range, you have that manipulation, you have that break, and now we're kind of retesting that into support. You have this overall trend, you break the trend. You can also use the whole week of information here, right? The whole week is currently sitting around this level, okay, which is right there, this red line. Most volume was traded around that same level, and that's your current weekly POC. So it's actually another level that you can utilize, and then you can target. Obviously this is Sunday open, and there are chances that if we come up, that our goal is to close higher than the Sunday open and actually start really thinking about a continuation here. All right, so that's the thought process behind Nasdaq. In this case right now, you know, with some fundamentals aligning here, it kind of start making a lot of sense. But at this moment, you can see clearly that we might be looking at an entry the moment we start tapping into the fixed POC, holding above it, and then looking for our entry models around that level here. That would be the ideal case scenario. So buying around here would not be that bad of an idea for me. Putting my stops below the previous breakout wick, something like that. If you want to play it safe, you put it right there and you trade just a 1-to-1. All right, that's your safe spot. but you don't want to close below it because you can better just cut your trade completely if that's the case. So that's that for NAS. Now for gold. Gold is holding up very well. Again, it has to tap into our levels before we can start thinking about anything right now at the moment. Anything in particular, which might be interesting, right? The top of the range, you had that consolidation here. You swipe the highs, you break the lows, you take everything out. The question is right now, is that enough to just continue to drive up? Or is there a chance that you just continue to set in a W formation? And if you set in a W formation, then it might go, in my opinion, for the high. So it doesn't mean we cannot go short here. I mean, we could, in theory, go short here, take it back to the Sunday open, find support, and then have that W completed for a breakout. All right, Jis? Okay. Okay, let's see. Atomic says Kellogg killed it with the Nasdaq trade. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let me see Kellogg here real quick. Big shout out to Kellogg, our guy in the trading floor. LTA printing today. Nice. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Roy Angeles says, yes, I closed all my buys at 25.20, time to rest. Nice, Roy Angeles, amazing, amazing. Everyone is printing today. Everyone is printing today. All right, Nasdaq is there. So yeah, dollar is holding up, right? It's holding up very well. I have to say that the dollar is doing its absolute best to continue to drive up here. Because every time when we come down and we reverse, dollar comes back right up again. Are gonna get in the nest? Yeah, maybe. I'm looking at it right now. I'll be patient a little bit right now. Dollar is still holding up very well. Volatility index is finding somewhat of its support here. Let's go take this to the 10-minute, 50-minute, sorry. If this goes up, if the volatility index goes up, Nasdaq tends to come down. And the other way around too. If you want to confirm this again, you can use the same tool, correlation, coefficient. You type in the Nasdaq. There we go. There we go. You take this to the daily and look at that. Strong negative correlation with the Nasdaq. So if the Nasdaq goes up, volatility index goes down. Right? We tend to be very negatively correlated. So what you have for gold and the dollar, you have for the Nasdaq, all right, and for the volatility index in that manner as well. Just so you know. Robin says, very weird price action. Maybe this is what you meant with September price action. Yes, exactly. Welcome to the summer. Welcome to the summer, man. This is the month of August for you in a nutshell. Very choppy. If you can say it's a trend, right? It's a bullish trend. I agree. Very choppy though. Very, very choppy though. Very choppy. But that's why we use ranges, right? That's why we anticipate on the lower time frame and only look at ranges, smaller ranges to look for entries. Beautiful. Sai Master says, people, it's bearish for September for gold. Tamer says, dollar index is not rising much. It's consolidated for a while now. I agree, but that's the point. Right? If it was a clean rejection, it should have been rejected already. And the dollar is looking very strong. So this only increases the chance of a rejection, in my opinion, for gold. It only increases the chance of a rejection right now. And setting in a higher low internally, maybe, for it to do something like this. But the only place I could look for entries from, for my rules, is in this range, in this top range. Nabu says, also the news today is predicting bearish for gold. Well, the closure about the Sunday open was good. Very good. Chad said, Lorenzo, I have had a 150k futures challenge account since August 20 and currently sitting 7k of the 9k target. LTA is changing lives out here. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you really study it all, right? The guys that don't get it, they just think, oh, oh, you have just the tool and then it's just up or down and that's it, right? They don't look a little bit deeper than what we're doing here, of course. But shout out to you, man. 90% of the people that actually study and are making gains here. So I really appreciate that. Amazing stuff. Let's go. Well, beautiful trade today, G's. Beautiful short today for gold. Price came back up here. We took profits at the lows. Price is now coming back up again. Question is again, is this now going to happen again? Are we going to see that same move through? Right? For the Nasdaq, clearly we are still not there yet, and the reason is because the dollar is breaking. And if the dollar is breaking, there is no need for the Nasdaq to do it. Same thing for the volatility index. We're also at support here, so no confirmation for longs whatsoever yet for Nasdaq at all. Currently still getting rejected, so no trade. Otherwise, have you seen people that pass fun at next challenge at one go? Yeah, I've definitely seen people passing their challenge in one go, 100%. I don't think it's a must. I think that you can just focus on steady gains. Steady gains, right? We have two 50K funded accounts here. Steady gains is just what matters here, all right? Steady and slow. Nice and steady is what matters, all right? I think that's always the best way to do it, okay? So what you can do is you can trade with us live, obviously. That's one layer. You can be in the trading floor and buy a challenge and trade with us live in the trading floor. And get 8% off, all right, on your Funded Next challenge. Funded Next has now the official TradingView portal. All right, that means that you can now officially trade on TradingView, okay? Very, very important stuff. So you can officially utilize Funded Next for your TradingView now as well here. So if you want to trade on TradingView with a prop firm, then this is the chance, all right? You can now do this with Funded Next right here. So that's actually great that it's finally possible to do so after, what, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. It's been way too long. So that's definitely the best way to do it. You can click on this link here. It will take you to the website of Funded Next, and right there you can sign up and get an 8% discount if you are doing it from Limitless. 8% discount here. Stellar challenge, 1 or 2 step. I recommend to do regular 2 step, but it's all up to you. If you're a degen or not, or you can do it from there. Ultimate Gamer says, bro, take a short entry fast. Okay. Quickly then, quickly. Dollar index is breaking. Yeah, dollar index is looking good. Dollar index is looking strong again. However, do take consideration we closed above the Sunday open. We almost came back to our entry. We did not get there though. We did not get to 25, 21.59. This one. The last one, it definitely did. All right, the last one came beautifully in the fixed very low before the news, got rejected and sold off. This one, very close. We might still get there though. We might still get there. I would pay very close attention to the structure. But let's see. Let's see what happened in futures. I want to look at the futures chart as well. Aha, okay. There we go. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right. That makes that we have to understand that we always have to look also at the futures chart as well. Also have to look at the futures chart as well, right? GC, you could see it right there. Might has just been the entry indeed. I'm just looking at it right now. 25.54 on futures, which is on spot. I need to see what it is on spot. 25.20, I think. $25.20, yeah, $25.20. $25.20. Big Boss Fishes, Lorenzo, I don't think we can say thanks you enough for the first time trading. Makes sense. The more we learn, the more we understand. G, big thanks to you. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, Zero, man. Appreciate that as well. Yeah, so the 25.21, we can still potentially hit it. I mean, we're still holding up in this trend right now at the moment. We're just creeping to the upside here, so we might still as well get there. The dollar looks very good. If the dollar continues to close a hold above here, then the dollar is definitely looking very strong. So, very good stuff here in regards to the dollar. This will, of course, not be good for gold, right? If the dollar continues to drive up. JF says 250k accounts passed this month. Congratulations, man. LTA, baby. Congratulations. Very nice. Keep it up, bro. Lorenzo, what is the reason why you're trading with prop firm challenges and funded accounts? For me, the main reason is to show that it's possible. So for me, it's also kind of, and I gotta be really honest, right? I want to add things to my credibility layer. I want to add credibility to my name. That's it. And a new great way of doing it, besides trading with your own capital, is with funded accounts. That's it. And if you can get payouts, if you can, you know, do this consistently, then you've proven that it's possible. So it's just for transparency reasons. That's the reason. And it's a great test. It's a great test. Dark Rider says you're a great YouTuber. Your favorite words are alright. Very good. Man. That is correct. Very good. Where are you currently funded? Top step. Top step. Why do you use futures? Yeah, futures is just a test for me. I've never tried futures before. There is no way I could ever do something like swing trading on future on top step. There is no way you can do that. You can practically only scalp the markets. That's it. You need to close your position at the end of the day. And if you don't close it, they close it for you. There are a lot of rules that I still like trying to see, okay, does it make sense? Does it fit my style? But anyways, yeah. Funda Next has swing trading, swap-free accounts. You can hold things over the weekend. Like there are a lot more things you can do there. So I really prefer this also in the future, a long term. Anyways, regardless. Is there a chance we get back to the 25.12? Most definitely, man. The dollar looking good. Dollar looking good. Nasdaq is just holding on. Nasdaq is holding in the fixed very low. We had not seen a single candle closure below the fixed POC yet. My bad. We have not seen a single closure below it yet. So we're still holding on. We're still holding on for the Nasdaq here. Yeah, so gold never tapped into our level here. At least not on spot. So there is a chance that we might pull back right now to the Sunday open. I think it's actually a likely scenario. But entering from here, for me, the risk reward is not that fancy. So I think I will stick with that short today, unless we create a bottom here and the dollar starts flipping again. Then there is a chance that the gold will create another hourly closure above the Sunday open. If that happens, then yeah, we might be very well holding as well above the Sunday open. So just a small short-term scalp towards the 25.12 is what I think is likely. Is something that could happen here. But around here, I think that you already have the opportunity to just close it again. So just a quick scalp. For me, the ideal entry would have been at 25.21, 25.22, something like that for gold for another trade. In regards to the Nasdaq is holding. The Nasdaq is holding up. So if we do manage to create another bottom wick, I'm gonna take the Nasdaq very, very serious. Chelsea says, are you staying in Bali? I stay in Bali, my friend. Yes, sir. Already for like, what, 4 years now. So, yeah. Bali life. I'm gonna travel, though. I'm gonna get back to the Netherlands next month. I'm gonna be there in October. Beginning of October, I will be in the Netherlands. After 2 years, geez, I've never left. Bali in 2 years now. Crazy. That's actually very crazy. I used to be traveling all the time, but ever since I started this community, I decided to fully commit. Is Bali cheap? That's the biggest misconception in the world. I always say you can make it as cheap as you want in Bali, you can make it as expensive as you want in Bali. You can make it as cheap and expensive as you want here. The boy says you're nearly at 100k subs. What are you gonna do celebrate besides the new mic? I mean, I'm gonna celebrate with you guys. I'm gonna celebrate with you guys, that's it. Is je geboorteland Nederland? Yes. Yes, I only left the Netherlands around 5 years ago. 4 years. 4 or 5 years. 5 years ago. Carlos says we still haven't forgot about the 12-hour straight stream. Yeah, that was a wild stream, man. 24 hours. 24-hour stream. 24 hour. We did a 24-hour stream at 10,000 subs. That's what we did. Yeah. Gelato says, I knew you were trading, getting broke, back to the Netherlands. That's correct. Was making a bunch of money, lost my money, was broke, back to the Netherlands. Back to the Netherlands. Start making money again, go out of the country. Broke, back to the Netherlands. Story of my life. Yes, sir. But that's not going to happen anymore. Yeah. Yeah, so the idea is that we hold above these two levels for the Nasdaq and we don't come below it. We do not get below here. Obviously, I do believe that there is a lot of short interest from this high. We have not even broken the high, by the way. We have not broken it. There are still a bunch of reasons for price to break out and take these highs as well. So yeah, if we just manage to let's go to the lower time frame. That's it. Let's go to the 1 minute. What we're doing now, we're in a bigger range. We are now creating a smaller range, right? This smaller range is gonna help us with entries. That's it. Yes. Okay. All right. Gold's creeping up again. All right. We might as well get there. Where are you from originally? I'm originally from the Netherlands. All right. I grew up in the Netherlands. Born and raised in the Netherlands. My father is Italian. So if gold pushes up 25, 21, once again, I would look at it. I would keep a close eye on it. And the reason why this makes a lot of sense now is because we finally managed to break back above here. And if now the dollar decides to turn this into support, right? Turn that previous resistance into support. And gold comes, dollar comes down, taps into that. Gold comes up, taps into this. Then it's time to celebrate. Then it's time to celebrate a little bit. Give me 1 sec. All right. Hovering around, almost there. My team called me, they said, okay, Lorenzo, you forgot the giveaway. And I think some of you guys are still here, of course, aware of that. So yes, of course, we have our giveaway today here. It's Thursday giveaway day, okay? We're gonna do something and we're gonna give back, all right? So we're gonna cover that in a second. We're gonna cover that in a second. Yes, sir. If the dollar holds here, holds support here, or shows that we're holding support here, then gold is gonna do the inevitable again, potentially. But let's see. It's holding up very strong. It's holding up very strong. We're ready for the right entries. You guys know it. Workout says today's my birthday. Congratulations. Congratulations, my friend. What do you need to do to enter the giveaway? You need to be here. You need to like this video. All right, number one. We want to get this to 1,000 likes today. We also need you to subscribe to this channel. All right, if you want to be part of the 100K, if you want to be, you want to be part of the first 100,000 subscribers on this channel, then this is your chance. This is your opportunity. We're almost there. I see short opportunity, says the unknown. I think I agree. The only thing is that I would say is that gold's gone up very well. And it all depends on what the dollar is going to do. All right. The dollar is now breaking resistance, potentially flipping it into support. And once again, this hourly candle closure on the 1 hour time frame for the dollar is crucial. An hourly candle closure above here. Crucial. We want to see this happening. For the Nasdaq, we're still internally on the range. On the 30 minutes, we're holding above our levels, right? We talked about the 19,590. We are indeed holding above it. So that's overall pretty good from the Nasdaq standpoint. We're just creating an internal range now on the 1 minute time frame. I'm very curious to see what will happen in this range internally once we start to, expand from it as well. And that's it. We're waiting for the right setups. Once again, the first trade was a success. We want to make sure that we want to end the day positive, of course. We don't want to ruin our profits or waste our profits. John says, never really lost with LTA concepts. Thank you, Lorenzo. I understand so much more now. Losses or losses are part of the game. We just need to win a little bit more. Unless you have an amazing risk to reward, of course. You can lose more. Yeah. Mike says you should join our trading floor. Multiple guys are in a NAS trade. We're going to check it out right now. Yeah, we're still in that long, correct? We're still in that long position initially for the Nasdaq. Let's see what the other guys are doing here. Yo, guys. Marco, Kellogg, my friend. Marco, you're in the NAS.
Yeah, obviously. I even scaled in.
You're even scaled in, beautifully.
Yeah, because on 5 minutes we had this reaction on 5 minutes. Also, I saw the flip of the S&P. Yeah, it was good to go.
And I see Nvidia filling a gap here. It's a massive gap for Nvidia. The others have also some gaps.
Yeah.
But they are like not going for it, as I can see at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, massive push from Microsoft as well. Massive push from Apple.
Fantastic.
Tesla lagging
Also, we
behind
can
on
see
Nvidia
that
as well.
S&P is also breaking out of the structure, but NASA is lagging behind, so it should just go and break it, and then it's gonna be a strong continuation, I think.
Okay, amazing. Amazing. Keep it up, guys. Amazing day today. Printing money today. Well done.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, thanks.
Shout out to the guys in the trading floor. You have an opportunity to join us. We're going to do our giveaway very soon. I think in like 5-10 minutes. 10 minutes, we're going to do our giveaway. We want more guys. More guys in the trading floor here. We're going to give access to our group. Let's make that happen, all right? Let's set it up. Then you can join the other legends in our community. Tony Gold says, yo, Lorenzo, what kind of drugs helped you to become profitable? Magic tea. My magic tea. Some special ingredients in my tea that helped me tremendously with my my profitability. Absolutely. CH as well. Glad that I picked today. Join the live stream. Looking forward to the giveaway. Yes, sir. Nice. Thursday. Thursday is one of these days. Still holding up very well. Gold is still very strong. I'll be very patient. Dollar might close below. If the dollar closes below, no shorts for gold. No shorts for gold. Workout says, please pick me because gold killed me today. That's unfortunate to hear. That's unfortunate to hear. We want to see people win. Let's see if the dollar closes above or below it. This will be a game changer for us to understand if gold is still possible. If it can start taking shorts for gold or not. But if it does close below this level, let me highlight this one. Then I don't see any shorts for gold. I don't see any shorts for gold. Mike says, guys, join the VIP. You will love it. I made 1K so far today, and it paid for my membership 5 times. Yeah, that's what happens. Wow. Well, Mike, you're a killer, man. I love it. So yeah, we wait for the hourly closure. Then we know what happens with if it's worth it to take a gold short or not. Then we can do the giveaway right away. And if there is no trade, then we end the stream like that. If there is a trade, of course, we're going to stick on the stream and we're going to see if we can complete. So let the dollar prove its worth now. That's it. Lorenzo, where do I find the ebook? The ebook is in the chat, my friend. In the chat or in the description of my of this video, of this live stream, you can find it right there. It will take you, what, 2 minutes to enter in your email. You get it sent by email. In your email, you can decide if you want to get a dark version or a light version. The light version you can use to print it out. A lot of guys are printing it out. All right, a lot of guys are printing out their ebook. Where is it? I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. There we go. A lot of guys are printing out their ebook. Okay, they look at their ebook, they're printing it out, which is absolutely amazing to see, by the way. It's incredible to see. Oh, did I ruin it? There we go. Yes, there we go. So you can also decide to print it out. If you're a real G, you can print it out. All right. If you're like a little bit more digital, just get it on your phone and read through it, scroll through it, or whatever the case may be here. Okay. But a printed version is gonna come, and most importantly, the new version is gonna be twice as big. So you need to buy a lot of ink. You need a lot of ink. That's it. Yeah, you see gold is already smashing through that first level. So it's holding up very strong. And that is because the dollar has a hard time, holding above that resistance here. So that's why we don't, for example, not always take the setup, right? We always look at the correlation. In this case, if the dollar is not there, or the dollar is showing signs of weakness, then it might not be the best short opportunity, like we have seen before when we tapped into this range, when it was the perfect short opportunity. All right, that's what we're looking at. What is the current ultima for gold? I think we're sitting at 25.33. 25.33. Yeah, 3 minutes left. Let's see. Your views of gold, if the dollar comes down now, gold's gonna smash through the highs. That's it. Gold's gonna break through. Now, why do I like buying gold here? I never like to buy gold at the top of a range, right? Why would I buy gold in the top of this range? If gold smashes through here, then the bottom was much nicer. The only thing is we were in sells from here to here, right? We took profits here and we closed our position in full here when it came back. So, buys were initially there or there, maybe around the Sunday open. Could have been interesting as well here, but I'm not gonna buy at the top of a range if the dollar loses its momentum. But then I wait for better opportunities later on. It's either sells or nothing, and the way to confirm this is by looking what the dollar is gonna do. And if we lose this momentum for the dollar, then the better way to do is just to not trade it and not force a new opportunity here. And just, wait for price to re-establish itself and look for another trade. And that's it. So yeah, we're going to give away like 2 minutes, and then we know what the dollar is going to do. For now, it seems like we're on the weaker side too, and we're losing momentum. We're losing momentum. If the dollar decides, you know what, that was my move for today, I'm going to come back down, gold's going to go and break the highs. Gold's going to go for the highs here. Correlation with the dollar and gold, negative correlation is currently very good. Sometimes it changes. That's why we have our tool. We talked about the correlation coefficient that you can use. and you can confirm positive or negative correlations with this tool. All right, very nice, very easy to use. And this gives you the opportunity. And the opportunity of correlations is the following. The reason why I use the correlations and why I'm such a big fan of it is because I don't like to just look at one chart and one chart only. I like to understand why something is going up and down. And if something finds its support and you know it's very negatively correlated, then what you're going to see usually is the confirmation of another instrument. Okay, so if there is a strong negative correlation between the dollar and between gold, we're now sitting at a minus 0.68. That's pretty bad, pretty negatively correlated, right? We're pretty low in this range. Then I like to look at the dollar. What's the dollar doing? Okay, the dollar is now reaching support or resistance. So better be careful with this setup for gold. Right? That's why we're utilizing it. So that makes us, and it gives us a much bigger idea if we should enter from this fixed VOC or fixed value low, or if we should neglect it. And right now you can already see that we're breaking above here. So if we didn't have the dollar and we didn't understand the dollar, we would have probably go short here. You know what I mean? That's the difference. And now we knew that we had to kind of avoid going short here because the dollar is losing its momentum. And if that's the case, then you understand why we're not taking a short trade based upon that information. Whereas when it was there, it was the perfect idea. When it was here, it was the perfect idea. The dollar aligned really, really well. So yeah, dollar has, it's officially, is definitely on the weaker side here. I think that we're losing momentum here for the dollar. So I think gold might just break through here. We also closed above the fixed VOC now here on the 1 hour. We smashed above these levels. Gold is holding up very well. It's holding up very strong. So going short is a bit more on the riskier side. I never say it's not going to happen, right? But I'm just saying it's just now on the riskier side. So therefore, I don't see any really solid trade setup for gold now short. And I would not recommend to buy also in resistance, to buy at the top of a range right here. We're there for a reason. Why buying up here? In the hope we're going to create all-time highs. I mean, that's also just guessing, right? And we don't need that. We don't need that. Either we wait for a pullback and we look for longs and we look for the alignment, or the dollar is indeed aligning very well and we're actually, moving down. That's it. You find the best entries there. And I'd rather, be more specific with our trades and make more money and win more trades than trying to really sit here and get into every trade possible without that next level of confirmation, right? Misku says, don't buy on top, don't sell on bottom. I agree. A lot of guys FOMO'd in at the bottom of the news trade when price started to tank. They saw that massive candle, they enter a short and price reverses. Right? That's what happens a lot. And we try to avoid that. So anyways, G's, let's dive. Let's talk about our giveaway now. And let's set it up. What do you guys think? Nice. Very nice. There we go. Let's do it. So once a week, we tend to we do a giveaway for the community. We sometimes give away challenges, like prop firm challenges. Other times we give away access to our group. Today we're gonna give access to our group. Last time we gave away some challenges as well. This time we're gonna give access to our private group right here. Okay. So you saw the guys. You saw them absolutely killing it currently in the trading floor. Okay. So I highly recommend you to check that out. And that's where the magic happens as well here. So we're not only trading the New York session. I'm not the only guy here trading the New York session. Like I said before, sometimes the best setups happen an hour before, right? If you are aware of that, and if you can just tune in and listen to it, even if you're working, even if you're doing something else, you can always listen and tune in, and you see what these guys are up to. You see what these guys are thinking, and when they take their setups and when they take their trades here, right? We want to see the guys printing money, winning, but most importantly, when they're losing, also understand why they're losing, controlling their emotions and everything in that manner to really level these guys up right here. That's my goal, and that's what we have been doing right now. So it's your chance now to get into that as well, right? To get familiar with LTA concepts, because we're all trading the exact same strategy. It's important that you also go through our series, which you can get access to as well here. So you can win, you can get access to our group, and that means you will also get access to our 7.5, almost 8 hours of content that I've created to explain the exact principles of LTA and how you can benefit it. So everything that I explain on stream is just a part of what we're talking about here. But of course, you know, the streams also set the standard, right? It sets the tone, and it shows what we're up to, what we're doing. And that's what we're gonna make happen right now, okay? So overall, what you can win is access to our private group. We're gonna probably roll the dice twice, okay? That means that 2 of you guys have the potential. I never like to just do it once. I always like to do it twice. Split the risk, all right? A little bit. That's what we like to do here. So very important. It's just an absolute joke, right? A lot of guys are selling you a course for what, $100 per month, costs you around $1,200 a year, right? Or $250 a month for like live trading in our group, right? All these things that we have mentioned right there. We like to make it accessible for everyone, okay? So we turn that $1,200 a year, $1,200 into $200, all right? For everything combined for 1 year of full focus, all right? This is what you can win. And you know, some people will benefit from that. Let's go. All right, let's set it up. What we need to do is we need to do the following. We need to set up the keyword. I want LTA. I want LTA VIP. All right, I want LTA VIP. Type that in. You will pop up. We're gonna get you into the Nightbot. Nightbot is one of our best friends right now. All right, make sure that you smash up that like button. We need to see at least 1,000 likes before we roll the dice. We're currently sitting at 950. We have 1,600 people watching. An easy 50 likes could get us there. We roll the dice and we get the party started. All right, let's go. $137 people, 140 people. Let's go. We want to get more guys in. If you, of course, want to get access to our group, of course, if you want to have the chance to win it, then this is the chance. This is the opportunity right now. Next week, we might have another opportunity. We might give away some prop firm challenges. Once a week is the time to give away, to give back to the community. And besides, of course, the value and all the information, the education on stream, and the trades, of course, we like to do some things on the side as well. All right, let's make that happen. I think we're there, man. I think we're there. We're there. All right, fantastic. Let's roll the dice, Jizz. Let's go. Oh. And the winner is Mr. AK Bit. All right, AK Bit or EK Bit. Sorry, EK Bit. All right, my friend. You want access to our private group, the LTA VIP in a nutshell here, getting access to the LTA concepts, right? The killers in the trading floor, the whole package. If you are here though, let me know if you're here. We want to make sure that you are here. You are here. Okay, open a custom support ticket in our Discord and we get you hooked up. All right, we get you hooked up. We're going to roll the dice one more time. Let's go. One more time. Boom. The man, the myth, the legend, the one and only, Mr. H to the R. Lee. Congratulations to you as well, my friend. All right. We had 230 users. You had a 1 in 100 chance. So a 1% chance, 2% chance to win. So next time we're going to do it again. We're going to roll the dice again. All right. We're going to make happen that we do this on a consistent basis. So increasing the odds. Let's see if you're there. Awesome, man. Very important. This is super, super key. If you just won, my friend, all right, if you won the giveaway here, what we want to make sure of is that you actually put in the work. Because we want to make sure that people that win actually put in the work, all right? Otherwise, you know, we try to just say, okay, he doesn't want to do it. We're going to give access to another guy. Makes a lot of sense, right? So make sure you put in some work. Place an introduction in the introduction channel. My bad, sorry guys. Introduction channel, make sure that when you join, you place an introduction in the introductions channel. You type in some information. We want to also make sure that we know who you are. We got my man Toby, right? 27 from the UK. We got my man David from the Czech Republic. Very important that you put in an introduction as well if you are, once you're eventually in, right? We are going to close down in 5 more days. 5 more days left. I'm looking forward to host a couple more guys in our group before we close down here. So this is your chance to join by clicking on the link in the description. Go to vip.ltacons.ai. Join within the last 5 days. Get access to our group. Follow the series. Do the test and get into the trading floor with us. And start making some gains here. Gold has been pushing up. That's no surprise, right? Look at that, G's. No surprise. There we go. Okay, that's the reason why we know exactly what the dollar is doing. And look at what the dollar is doing, G's. Look at what the dollar has been doing right now at the moment. The dollar has been tanking, okay? The dollar was losing its momentum, like we talked about. And if the dollar loses its momentum, gold is gonna make highs. And then this level was not good enough for shorting, right? This level was not good enough for shorts, right? That's why we confirm it with what the dollar is doing here. And that's how we avoid also losing positions, okay? That's how you avoid losses. It's not only about making money and making wins. This was a beautiful trade today, but it's also about avoiding losses and keeping money in your pocket. We don't buy at the top of a range, all right? Whereas we don't sell at the bottom of a range either, all right? That's the reason why. So make sure that we confirm it. That's why we're doing what we're doing here. And we saw it coming with the dollar. And that's how you do it here. We avoid losses also, which is super key. Sometimes avoiding losses is worth more, you know, by just keeping your wins and the money that we made today in our own pockets, okay? So that's it for today, G's. I'm going to come back tomorrow again. We're going to repeat the same process. Hopefully tomorrow we have a little bit more price action around the news. So I'm talking specifically about the actual trading setup right when the news hits, instead of right before the news in particularly. All right, so tomorrow we're going to repeat the same process again. I hope you learn something every day on stream, because these are the guys I want to have on stream. I want to have the guys that are really leveling up, asking the right questions, which is 90% of you guys. And that's why we are one of the fastest growing communities out there at this particular moment, because we actually are one of the fastest growing communities out there in this space right now at this particular moment. Okay, so we're getting towards the 100K. We're getting very, very close now. Get ready for the PC price index tomorrow. I'm going to be there. I'm going to guide you through it. And I hope that you download the ebook, you get to work, you do some proper research, get to your own conclusion, and then we can align, become a pack, and make some money together. All right? That's the thought process behind it. I'll make sure that I'll stay active. and keep doing what I'm doing for you right there. All right, getting that payout done, showing that it's possible. Because if I can do it, you can definitely do it. All right, sounds like a plan. Fantastic. I'm gonna see you tomorrow morning. Yeah, tomorrow evening for me, tomorrow morning for you. All right. Much love. Take care. You can do it for sure. If I can do it for sure, then you can do it for sure. Take care. Have an amazing day.
I'ma gotta get it, get it. I'ma gotta get it, get it.